Welcome back to the show. Well, young boys in our community have a support system to help them on their journey to manhood they may not even know about.
Tom Gibbons is here today to tell us more about the program Boys to Men and how everyone can join an event that can help make that transition a positive one. And Tom, we're talking about, this program, but there may be several programs kind of similar here in Tucson. What kind of makes Boys to Men stand out?
Well, that's a great question, Tina. And just let me say at first that we believe that every boy needs and deserves really a good, caring man in his life. And so our programs are focused on creating that. And we are a non-religious group mentoring organization. And that's kind of the distinction that, organizations that do one-on-one mentoring often have a long wait list for their boys because men aren't showing up to do this mentoring. And understandably, sometimes it could be a challenge, for one man to take on a boy and make that commitment. So we offer a group model where 1 to 3 men may be working with 12 to 15 boys. And so there's not pressure on one man. We support each other, and the boys get the experience of different men in their lives and hear their experience, the men's experience, the mistakes they made, and it produces a more sustainable model.
Absolutely, and it sounds like this is such an amazing organization, something we're very fortunate to have here in our community. Tom, you're obviously very passionate about this. Tell us briefly, how did you get involved and why?
Yeah, that's a good question too. I suppose the short version of the answer is I grew up without a father in my life. My father left before I was 1 year old. My mother and father divorced, and my mother never remarried. No uncles. So there were no men in my life. And as I grew older and became an adult and kind of reflected on my experience, particularly with the help of a group called the Mankind Project, which does what we do with adult men, what we do with adolescent boys, I realized the impact of that on my experience and my being. And so I made a commitment to provide whatever I could for boys that were growing up without fathers, and even boys with fathers. They still need that uncle energy in their lives.
So when we're talking about this Boys to Men program and the group setting that you're talking about, how do we get these young adolescent boys and these mentors together? How does the program work?
The Boys to Men program is focused on schools. So we are currently in several Tucson area schools where we work with the administration, and every week men show up consistently for usually about 50 minutes at one school period, and we talk to the boys, give them the experience of our lives, ask them what's going on with them. What we do in the circle is we listen to the boys, we try and admire with the achievements that they've made so far, we try and model what manhood is, what do we think manhood is, and we praise them, lots of praise, because boys eat up praise, and we all do, and we need that. And so we work with the administration and have them pick the boys, 12 to 15, sometimes 20 boys, that will be in this group, and throughout the semester we meet with them and form relationships and trust and talk about the hard things.
Yeah, this is really amazing, Tom. Now, I know you have a few things coming up, so let's talk about the Rite of Passage event.
Okay. Yes, in November, mid-November, that's another thing that makes us unique in Tucson, and I think actually in the country, is we offer a Rite of Passage, a weekend event, Friday evening to Sunday afternoon, 48 hours, very scripted, run by facilitated, trained, vetted men, where we mark a boy's transition from the boyhood experience, have them intentionally step onto that track of becoming a man. And so we encourage them and work with them over the course of the weekend to set goals, to create a vision for themselves about what kind of man they want to be. And we often talk about their heroes. Who is your hero and what qualities does that hero have, and how can you bring those qualities into your life?
Now, in order to do these things, the program, the Rite of Passage, we have fundraisers, and we have
yes,
actually
we do.
have a big one that we want to talk about.
Yeah, the Bike for Boys. Anybody can find out about it by going to bikeforboys.com. bikeforboys.org, and we can. We're having this fundraiser, so it's a bike-a-thon. It's where people sign up. There's no entry fee, and they get pledges of dollars per mile ridden. The course is 25 miles. I rode it myself. Took me 2 hours at a casual pace, and it's on the Santa Cruz River Park bike loop, the public loop that the county has created.
Perfect. Well, Tom, I just want to thank you so much for joining us this morning and letting us know more about this amazing organization. And we're going to make sure our viewers have all the information they need.
Thank you.
And the Bike for Boys Bike-a-thon, again, is Saturday, September 26th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., starting at Paseo de las Iglesias Park. The ride includes a bike loop along Santa Cruz River Park to Ina Road and back. To sign up or for more information, just call 344-3624 or go online to bikeforboys.dojiggy.com.